Hi, welcome back to my channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe. The LHWCA covers required safety notices at job sites, record keeping, incident reportings, penalties, sanctions, and more. At Chaz & Bosco, our Virginia longshore and harbor injury lawyers are familiar with the guidelines of the LHWCA and can investigate your employer to determine if any violations occurred. The LHWCA specifically excludes seamen or the masters or member of a crew of any vessels who are covered under the Jones Act, employees of the federal law or any state or foreign government, employees injured by their own intoxication, and employees injured because of their own willful intention to harm themselves or others. The LHWCA also excludes certain individuals covered by state workers' compensation law. Maritime and Longshore Injury Statistics. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, or CDC, reported that there are over 3,700 marine terminals and 1,400 intermodal connections in the United States. Approximately 98,000 marine terminal and longshoring workers are employed at ports across the nation, and fatal injuries occurred at a rate of 17.2 per 100,000 workers. According to the CDC, over 400,000 people across the country are employed in the maritime industry. The fatality rate for the water transportation industry is 4.7 times higher than the rate for all American workers, and commercial fishing has a fatality rate that is 29 times higher than the national average. National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health, or NIOSH, evaluation of the commercial fishing industry Vessel Safety Act of 1988 found that safety requirements contributed to 94% of the commercial fishermen surviving vessel disaster during 1997 until 1999. Vessel disasters were the leading cause of fatalities among commercial fishermen and accounted for 50% of fatalities in the United States between 2000 and 2014. NIOSH reported that on-deck injuries account for the largest number of non-fatal injuries requiring hospitalization in the nation and 12% of fatal injuries in commercial fishing. Falls overboard were the second leading cause of death among commercial fishermen, and NIOSH stated that none of the 210 victims involved in falls overboard between 2000 and 2014 were wearing personal flotation devices. The Insurance Information Institute, or III, reported that 1,163 people were killed in marine accidents in 2017. The victims include 22 freighters killed in 2 events, 187 victims killed in 27 events involving passenger ships, and 54 victims killed in 2 other maritime accidents. Maintenance and cure is one of the most important aspects of general American maritime law. The term maintenance and cure refers to the financial support an injured worker can receive as compensation for an illness or injury under general maritime law. This differs from the Jones Act in several crucial ways. Primarily speaking, maintenance and cure is considered to be no-fault compensation, meaning that a responsibility for the specific injuries or illness is not placed on the ship owner. However, The financial burden for recovering from this illness or injury is still placed on the ship owner for the length of their recovery. While there are some limitations to where and how it can be used, maintenance and cure is a major cornerstone of maritime law and can be life changing for injury victims under the right circumstances. Maintenance and cure is a maritime law term describing financial support a worker can receive as compensation for an illness or injury. There is two major components to maintenance and cure, each covering a different aspect of maritime work. Maintenance refers to the payments made towards an injured maritime worker's basic living expenses like utilities, rent, and food, in the event their injury has left them unable to work. Cure, on the other hand, refers to payments made toward the worker's medical expenses incurred during the illness or injury, hospitalization, physical therapy, medication, and even transportation in some circumstances. Maintenance and cure differs from the Jones Act in that it is a no-fault compensation, meaning that negligence doesn't need to be established for the injury or illness in the way it would for a Jones Act claim. If a maritime worker falls ill or is injured during their period of employment in service of the vessel, their employer and or the owner of the vessel are legally required to provide maintenance and cure even if fault for the injury or illness cannot be established. This provides an additional layer of support for injured maritime workers, even if they are unable to establish fault for their injuries under the terms of the Jones Act. Maintenance and cure can offer a number of financial benefits to ill or injured workers, including ongoing medical care, physical therapy, and etc. The initial cost of the procedure, physician's office visits, surgeries, and etc. Hospitalization, transportation to and from any medical procedures or appointments, rent or mortgage payments in the case of long-term unemployment, food or groceries taxes, insurance payments, certain utilities such as electricity and water, telephone, cable, and internet are typically excluded. These payments can go a long way towards maintaining your quality of life, even after a debilitating injury or illness suffered during maritime work. How long does maintenance and cure last? If you are found qualified to receive maintenance and cure, you are entitled to receive it until you have reached a point known as maximum medical improvement or MMI. MMI refers to the point in recovery when the injured party is unrecovered as they can reasonably expect to be after the type of injury they received. Typically, this is when a doctor would discharge a patient from care. The injured person may not be back to 100%, but their condition is not expected to improve any further. Who can receive maintenance and cure? Maintenance and cure is a viable option for any maritime worker injured in the service of a vessel. This typically means any role on board a vessel in navigation is eligible, from the bridge crew to the maintenance staff and even the cooks in the galley. In certain cases, this may also include roles like dock workers and cargo handlers, but the circumstances may vary from case to case. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.